morning. I am just getting live here on all the channels. Come join us on the Discord if you want to join the chat. We are going to move into a 30-minute chair yoga flow here shortly. All you need is a chair. Not even a chair, a place to put your butt. That's all you need for this class. It's a gentle flow for every body and every space. So, don't tell me you don't have enough room to do yoga. Don't tell me your body's too creaky or too kinky or whatever the thing is. I've used all of the same excuses. Every single one. Okay, maybe not every single one. I bet you're creative enough to come up with ones that I have not used. That's probably true. Good morning, Robert. How are you? Okay. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to settle in. It's literally 10:01. We are actually on time today. Tech set up, incense going, coffee warm. Ooh, what a good day. Sun shining. So find yourself a place to put your bottom. Do me a favor and please share the live. Remember that I am live on TikTok, YouTube, Kick, Twitch. Choose your streaming experience. If you would like to hang out or if you would like to chat after the yoga flow, come join us on the Discord. There's a link in my bio to go to my Patreon, and then there's a link for the Discord in my Patreon. Just FYI. I'm glad you're enjoying. You're having a day off. That's really good. I'm doing really well. We're gonna have a little bit of dog action happening today. So he woke up first thing and wanted to throw the ball. He thinks it's the day off. He thinks it's our day off. Huh? Do you want to go out there and bug the neighbors? Hi, hello, hello, hello. How have you been? How have you been? Nobody's been playing ball with you? Are you kidding me? The nerve. The travesty. Yes. Oh. Oh. I love you too. Do you need to go outside? No? Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's my healer. His name is Ajna. For those of you who do not know me and wonder what the hell is going on here, hello. My name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being. I am your shenanigan shaman, so do not expect to take yourself too seriously around here. And, and I am the owner of Move with Change. Over on Move with Change is our platform on which we are building a online mindfulness community where we encourage everyone to show up just as they are. Because if you're doing any of this work of falling back in love with yourself, rediscovering yourself, coming home to yourself, all of those things, right? You know that it can be messy. You know that it can be crazy. You know that it can be really scary. And having a place where you can show up authentically, no matter what that looks like, I'll tell you personally, I know that there is a lot of stuff going around energetic for folks. I've been feeling a lot of it too. And the last couple of weeks have been really up and down for me. I would not have made it through it without my community. And as somebody who's done a lot of this work, a lot of my spiritual growth, personal healing on my own, for a long time, I felt like I didn't really need community. You know, I was like, oh, I got this, right? I got this. Well, I can figure it out. I can do this. My brain always wants to connect the fact that On a quantum level, we understand that if we observe something, we change something by the simple act of observing it. And I have always related this concept to the way that we hold space for each other, for bearing witness to each other. That by the simple act of observing someone else's process, someone else's reality, someone else's truth, someone else's state of being, we assist in transmuting it. We allow it to shift more easily simply because we are observing it. Well, yes, they are you, you are me. In Lok Ek, I am another yourself. Namaste, shalom. It's all the same. I see the guru in me recognizes the guru in you. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. I honor all that you are in every moment. Without my attachment to my expectations for who you should be or how you should be. Let me switch over here really quick. Okay, guys. All right. We have the chat going. Dog is down for now. What do you guys say we get into a little 30-minute yoga flow? We got, okay. So this is our tiny yoga class. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is tiny yoga. All you need is a place to put your butt. It can be a chair. It can be the edge of your bed. Beagle buds, we do not, we approach everyone in this space with curiosity and willingness. So that means that we reserve our expression of our truth, right? In every single moment. We reserve it so that we can also hear the perspective as others. Rather than stating our opinion as fact, we approach each other with curiosity and willingness, right? We all, right? We all are part of that energy, no matter how that energy manifests for us. It's really important for us to be able to really meet each other where we're at. Bias and judgment are really hard to set down because they are essentially what creates who we are. So it is a ever steady practice of acknowledging where my bias lives, where my bias exists. I cannot get rid of my bias. It makes me who I am. My experiences that created that bias make me who I am. But I recognize that it is limited. It limits me. And so I attempt to see over my personal wall of reality. This is the boundary of my truth. Really, this is the boundary of my perception. And if I take a moment to be curious enough to climb that wall, it's not easy, but I can climb that wall and I can peek over the edge and I can do my best to see into your reality. So in this reality, in this moment, if you would like to join me on an exploration of your inner cosmos, then go ahead, if you haven't already, grab a seat. It can be a park bench. You can be on the edge of your bed. You can be in the front seat of your car. And I say it every time, you guys. If you're in the front seat of your car, we are going to stretch our legs a little bit and we are going to move our arms. Please modify any of the poses that you need to modify to make sure that it fits in your space. So, for example, if you're in the car and you can't reach your arms all the way up, you absolutely can reach your elbows up. And if you're really tall and your car is small, then just lean back a little bit. There's usually a little bit of headroom, enough that you can lift your elbows up, right? When we do the forward bends, one thing that can help is to swing your legs outside of the car and do your forward bends that way if you're in a space that is available to you. Otherwise, skip what doesn't work for you, modify what needs to be adjusted. Dog, you are in the funniest spot to try to do this. Okay. And, excuse me. Once you've found your seat, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy down to the edge of your seat. Don't slide off. just enough to comfortably sit on the edge of your seat. You don't want to be slipping off your seat, okay? We don't want to be tensing the muscles trying to stay on. So go ahead and find the comfortable edge of your seat. Plant your feet on the ground, whether you're barefoot or have shoes on, it does not matter. We are going to take 3 deep breaths to fully arrive for our practice. So feet planted on the ground, knees 90-degree angles, feet about shoulder width apart if it's available. If not, just get as close as you can. Go ahead and rest your hands in your lap, palms down or palms up. Either way is absolutely beautiful. Go ahead and close your eyes if it's available to you, and we're going to begin with 3 deep breaths. Begin by inhaling through the nose, pulling the breath through the lungs and into the belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. And let it go. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. Really fill the chest cavity with your breath and hold at the top. And slowly exhale all the way to the bottom. Go ahead and seal the lips and return to a normal rhythm of breath. Just rest your awareness on your breath for a moment. I want you to just check in. Check in with your breath. See the quality of your breath. Notice the rhythm. Is it short? Is it long? Do you feel nice, big, deep breaths? Are they shallow? Do you notice any pain or discomfort in your chest or in your lungs or in your shoulders or in your neck? Take a moment and just take note of your lung area, your shoulders, your lung, your chest, your rib cage. Notice where you are now, and we will check in again at the end of our flow. You can leave your eyes closed if you'd like to. Otherwise, go ahead and flutter them open, trying not to blind yourself with the real world light. And we're going to begin with some neck rolls. So let's start simply by tilting the head, tilting the chin up towards the ceiling, and tilting the chin back down. Inhaling the chin up, dog feet. Exhaling the chin down. We're not overextending. You're not trying to drop the head back onto your shoulder blades. You're not trying to tuck the chin all the way into your neck. We're just warming the muscles. Just feel. Again, use this as you're bringing your awareness in, your anchor to bring your awareness in. Think of every movement that way. Bring the head back to neutral and tilt the ear down to the shoulder, leaving the shoulders relaxed. Tilting the ear down to either shoulder. We're not attempting to pop the muscle, pop the neck. We're not attempting to overextend or stretch the muscles too far. Just become aware of the tendons, the movement of the muscles and tendons in your neck as you bring the head back to neutral. Drop the chin and slowly do a couple of rolls in one direction. And when you bring the chin back down to the chest again, switch directions, nice and slow. We are not in a hurry here. There is nothing else right now but this practice. These muscles moving in your neck. Everything else in your body is relaxed. And back to neutral. We'll move into the shoulders. Go ahead and roll the shoulders in one direction. Allowing the arms to hang. You can either leave the hands in your lap still, or sometimes it's easier to get into the shoulders if you relax your arms on either side of you. That way your shoulders aren't bunching up with your hands on your thighs. Go ahead and switch directions. It's okay if your shoulders are uneven. If it's okay if they're feeling kinked or uncomfortable. We're just feeling the muscles. Feel the muscles. Come back to neutral. Bring your left arm out directly across the other to cradle the left arm across your chest. Just take a couple of breaths here. Again, as they move as with us. Nice big deep breaths here in this space. Inhale. And gently release the arm back down to the lap. Exhale. Inhale the right arm up in front of you and cross it across the chest, bringing the left arm up to cradle it in the elbow. Right arm straight across the chest. Several deep breaths here. Feeling into the rib cage. Feel as the muscles contract and expand. Take a big deep breath in. And relax, gently releasing the arm. Bring the palms together at your heart. Inhale, sending the palms all the way up. And as you exhale, twist the torso to one direction. And then gently release the arms, bringing one arm to the front, the outside of the front knee, the other one behind you in a nice, gentle twist. Not overextending. I can't say it enough. We're not overextending ourselves here. We're not trying to twist our body. We're not trying to wring out like a towel. It is really just feeling into this space, feeling the way that the breath moves the muscles in this space. Moving into your twist, a couple of breaths. Inhale again. Exhale back to center. Palms together at your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Front arm on the outside of your front knee. Back hand, arm behind you, either on the chair, on the back of your seat, on the bed, whatever it is that you've got to stay in this twist. Couple of breaths. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale back to center. And we're going to move down the legs, windshield wipering the knees ever so slightly, moving into the hips, noticing, just use your awareness here. Notice the movement of the muscles. What moves when you windshield wiper your hips? Yeah, you can feel it in the knee joint. Can you feel it in the muscles in your thighs? Can you feel it in your low back? Can you feel it in the joints of your hips? Can you feel it on your bottom? Where can you feel the movement of these muscles? Where can you feel these tendons? Bring your awareness all the way in to the inner reality, letting go of everything around you as you bring the knees back to neutral. We're going to inhale, lifting the heels off the floor. Exhale, dropping the heels and lifting the toes. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Toes up. And exhale, heels down. Relax the feet. Take a moment as we've been moving through our awareness through our body. Take a moment and feel into the bottom of the feet. Close your eyes if it's available to you. Begin with the big toe on the right foot. Gently press that big toe into the floor. Move to the second toe on the right foot. Press it gently into the floor. Move to the third toe on the right foot. Press it gently into the floor. Move to the fourth toe on the right foot, pressing it gently into the floor as you move to your pinky toe on your right foot, pressing it gently into the floor. Move your awareness to the outside of your right foot, the entire outside of your right foot, gently pressing it into the floor as you roll around your heel, pressing your entire heel of your right foot into the ground, rolling the foot over the bridge, all the way to the whole bottom of the foot. Pressing the ball of the foot to the heel, to the toe, to the side, to the toes, to the sides, the entire right foot, gently, intentionally pressing into the ground. Move to the toe, the big toe on the left foot. Big toe on the left foot, gently pressing gently into the ground. Second toe on the left foot, pressing gently into the ground. Third toe on the left foot, pressing gently into the ground. Fourth toe on the left foot, pressing gently into the ground as you move to the pinky toe on the left foot, pressing gently into the ground, pressing into the outside of the left foot as you roll from the outside of the left foot across the heel of the left foot, the whole heel of the left foot pressing gently into the ground as you roll over the bridge of the left foot, pressing into the ground with the ball of the foot, the entire foot from the ball to the heel, to the sides, to the toes, the entire left foot. Both feet, the bottoms of both feet pressing gently into the ground. Pause. Notice the sensation of your awareness resting in your feet. Notice the finer details that you are able to perceive by resting your awareness on your feet. By taking those few moments, bringing your awareness into every little inch of your foot. Gently open your eyes as you bring your awareness all the way back up. Bring your hands together at your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the arms up to cactus. So that's elbows at a 90-degree angle, lifted to the parallel to the shoulder. If this is too much for you at any point, please modify, bring it down a little bit if you need to, or rest your arms if it becomes too much. We're going to do a couple of slow cactus cat-cows. So we brought our inhale, arms out. Exhale, curve the spine in just a little bit, bringing the arms together for the palms and elbows to touch. Creating a nice gentle curve in the upper back, in the neck, in the mid back, and into the low back. Inhale, arms open. Sending the chest ever so slightly forward, lifting the chin a little bit. Slight arch in the back. Exhale, arms together. Couple more rotations here. Inhaling out to cactus. Slight back bend, chin slightly up. Exhale, curving the spine, bringing the arms together. Couple more. Exhaling, bringing the arms together, bringing the palms down in front of the heart. Interlacing the fingers, sending the arms back up And exhaling, tilting to one side, getting into the side body. I don't care which side you start with. I'm stretching into my right side right now because that feels nice. And back up to center. Inhale, exhaling down to the other side. Nice gentle stretch into the side body. Back to center. And release the arms. Take a big deep breath in. Slowly tiptoe all the way into a forward fold as far as is available to you. If you're in the car, please don't hit your head on the steering wheel. If you've got the space to do this, tiptoe as far as is available to you into your forward fold. You can stop right here if that's all you've got. If you'd like to go further, you can go all the way down. You can rest your chest, your torso on your knees, or you can slightly open your knees if you've got more space available and drop a little bit lower. Just hang here for a couple of breaths. Release the arms. Hang the head. Let's take 3 big deep breaths, creating some space in the chest and the back. Big, deep inhale, expanding the chest cavity. Pay attention to the back of the rib cage, the front and the sides. One more. Exhale and slowly come up halfway, just halfway. So that's about here if you were all the way down. If you were still up here, just come out a little bit. Pause here. Send the gaze forward. Exhale. Inhale again. And exhale back down. This time, planting the hands on the floor. So if you need to, tiptoe your feet a little bit wider. Plant your hands on the floor. If it's available to you. If it's not available to you, you can hold on to your shins. You can also rest your elbows on your knees or your hands on your knees. Again, please modify for what is available to you. But if you're down here, otherwise, inhale your left arm up, twisting the torso for a revolved triangle. Again, modify. So if you don't have enough space up here, bend your elbow and just get that stretch into the upper rib cage, across the shoulder blades. Gaze up toward that upper hand as you take a couple of deep breaths. Again, allowing the breath to create space in your chest, in your torso, in your neck, in your shoulders. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, back to center, hands down to the ground or wherever your forward fold is. Inhale, the right arm up for the revolved triangle on the other side. Gaze up towards that hand. Get a nice long stretch, twist into the spine, all the way down into the hips. Try to keep both hips on your chair as much as possible without overextending. Big deep breaths into this space. Inhale, exhale, back down. Inhale as you slowly, and I mean slowly, roll yourself up. Allow your arms to hang as you slowly right yourself all the way up, but don't stop when you are upright. I invite you to keep that roll going until your shoulders naturally roll back, your chin naturally begins to lift, and reach behind, interlocking your fingers like so behind you, and moving into a gentle locust pose. So opening the chest cavity, lifting the chin ever so slightly, bringing the shoulder blades together, squeezing into the back for just a moment. Inhale one more time. Exhale back to neutral. So this week we have been practicing with our Padma Mudra. The Padma Mudra, Padma means lotus, and this is a heart opening mudra. It's the mudra for blossoming. And so we are going to close our practice with this mudra because pretty much everything we've done so far, not everything, but most things that we have done thus far are to open the chest cavity, are to open the heart center, to create some space in the lungs, in the shoulders, some space between your sternum and your chin, extra room in the lower rib cage. So we're going to go ahead and sit for 5 minutes with the Padma Mudra. Thank you guys for the follows. The Padma Mudra is done simply by bringing the sides of your hands together, bringing your thumbs together, and then roll the hands together, keeping your thumbs together. Roll them until your fingers touch, creating a kind of chalice or lotus flower. Bring this lotus flower to your heart. Ideally, we anchor it here directly in front of the heart chakra. If there's a reason that this is uncomfortable for you, modify, please. Lift it a little higher if it works easier. Sometimes I find that it's easier on my shoulders to hold it a little bit closer to my neck. That's okay. Invite the mudra to do its work within the space available in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. You can stay remaining upright on the edge of your seat. If you'd like to, you can also scoot back into your seat. I ask that you do not slouch because we just spent some time opening the heart. So let's keep that heart nice and forward. In fact, before we close our eyes for this meditation, to sit with this mudra, I invite you to do a practice with me. Keep the mudra here in front of your chest and just shake out your shoulders for a second, right? Shake out your posture. Okay. Hold this mudra here. Now, bring your shoulders back, right? Classic, upright, good posture. Bring your shoulders back. You may notice this causes a little bit of strain across the collarbone. It causes compression of the thoracic outlet. That's a bunch of tendons and nerves and things like that right here that we need to supply blood and electrical current and things to the rest of our body. So, release those shoulders back. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Now, instead of moving your shoulders back, I invite you to find proper posture by simply bringing your heart forward. See if you can find a difference there. Not shoulders back, just heart forward. Now, from this position, with your heart forward, your chalice here in front of the heart, I invite you to gently close your eyes. And like I said, we'll just go for 5 minutes. There is nothing else you need to do in this moment. If that works for you, you can simply sit here with the mudra and enjoy the soothing flow of energy. If you need an anchor or your mind monkeys are so busy that they need leashes, you can use the breath or the mudra itself as an anchor. To use the mudra as an anchor, just rest your awareness gently on any point of the mudra. I personally really enjoy resting my awareness either on the tips where my pinkies connect or inside of the cup here. The palms, the area created, the empty space created by the mudra. If that is not quite enough for you and you need a more dynamic anchor, then simply follow the breath, inhaling all the way to the top, exhaling all the way to the bottom. If your mind monkeys are still extra loud this morning and you need a little more, I invite you to find a mantra. This being the Padma Mudra, I invite you to choose something to the degree of I am love or I am blossoming. I receive divine love. Whatever works for you, if it helps to quiet the busy thoughts, I encourage you to use it. If you are the visual kind of person, I invite you to imagine that a flow, a waterfall of golden light is pouring into this chalice in front of your heart. Divine prana, divine love, that oneness. Filling this chalice, flowing into your heart. And if it's available, I invite you to imagine that energy, that light flowing through your heart, directly out your back, creating a waterfall that slowly rolls down your spine, over your low back, across the curves of your bottom, that divine prana flowing into the chalice at your heart, flowing through the tunnel of your heart chakra and pouring out the back, opening, clearing the channel. It's easy to get debris stuck in our hearts. A simple practice of holding this mudra offers such a powerful clearing, balancing. Just one more minute. Stay with your practice. Take a big, deep breath in. Fill your chest cavity with as much oxygen as you could possibly fit in there and hold it at the top. Hold, imagining that prana flowing through into the chalice, through the heart, emptying out anything that no longer serves you. And release the exhale. Gently release the mudra and either bring your hands together into prayer or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for this magnificent heart. There were so many things I just now wanted to say about the heart. We're just going to leave it there. In gratitude, in deep, deep gratitude for this magnificent heart. In gratitude for this body. In gratitude for this practice. Offer yourself a little gratitude for taking this time for self-care today. I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for joining me. When you are ready to come out of meditation, please do so slowly. Offer yourself some wiggles and some stretches. I know we just did stretches, but somehow I always need more right after class. Like I took a nap. Ajna, leave them alone. It's okay. They're just outside. It's okay, dog. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to boof. You don't have to boof. Your dogs are going too. Your first seated yoga. Welcome, welcome. Yes, you guys are very welcome. Thank you. So, just FYI, if you missed today's practice, all of my replays are on YouTube. Please go follow me on YouTube. I am on multiple platforms. If you like my content, if you want to and keep enjoying free classes, which I'll probably never stop doing, then you've got to follow me on all platforms. We are running into some very nefarious issues with TikTok, and I am so over playing that nonsense game. So find me on YouTube at Move with Change, Kick at Move with Change. Yes, I am on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but I'm rarely interacting with those platforms. The majority of the interaction happens on Discord. We are creating a online mindfulness community via Discord. A space where, again, we can all show up as we are, especially when this work gets messy, or especially when you feel like you have nobody else to call. If it wasn't for my community, I wouldn't have somebody to text at 2 a.m. I wouldn't have somebody to talk to at midnight. I wouldn't have somebody to call at 5 o'clock in the morning because the truth is, when you're doing this work, it doesn't fit into any frickin' timetable. It sure as shit doesn't fit into the work schedule or anybody else's schedule. Healing and growth happens when healing and growth happen. And the reason we practice mindfulness, the reason that I am so big on mindfulness, is because it is these mindfulness tools that allow us to be present with our healing and growth as it happens, when it happens, when we need it. Hey, Dave, how are you? If I have a weekly therapy session and I go to my weekly therapy session, I am going to be able to deal with what I can deal with in that session in whatever space I'm in. But the reality that has always panged my heart after years of therapy is that I can't call my I can't call my therapist at 3 a.m. I can't go knock on my therapist's door at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. They're not there. They're not available. But this Discord space, for those of you who do not know Discord, I am still new to Discord, so I am still learning. But if you have never met Discord, it is a little bit funky at first, but it is so smooth once you get your head wrapped around the platform. It's like I said, it might be a little confusing at first because of the look of it, but we have helpers to help you figure out how to use Discord. We'll help you get set up. So here's what we have over on the Discord. Okay, we have so much on the Discord. My brain is like blah, blah, blah. On the Discord, we have our CAYA community. CAYA, C-A-Y-A, stands for Come As You Are. Because, again, we need to be able to show up authentically no matter what this work looks like, no matter what we look like. If we are trying to uncover our authenticity, it gets messy, like really messy, when we're trying to figure out how to be authentic when we've never been authentic before. If you are so covered in layers of ego and fear and attachment and shame and all of these other things that hide who you really are, when that who you really are comes out, it starts to feel really awkward and uncomfortable. And so that CAYA community space is structured like so. We have a central temple called the CAYA Sangha. The CAYA Sangha is our central temple to the CAYA community. Within the CAYA Sangha, we have various levels of membership, depending on how deep into mindfulness you want to go. Everything from just enjoying some astrology and getting into some cool resources on the Discord to weekly coaching practice sessions, group coaching sessions, practice coaching, private coaching and group coaching. And the big deal over there, and I'm still getting them set up. But the big deal over here is that my workshops are available for free once you get to a certain level of membership. My intention here, long-term goal, is to create as many workshops out of this information as I can, because I have spent more than 20 years in the field of human development and wellness, developing these tools, developing this toolbox, mostly so I could heal, so I could grow, so I could figure out how to human with the best of them. But now I realize that it's also useful to everyone else. So now I'm turning them all into workshops. I want to make this information accessible. I teach multiple times a week, free classes, because it is just that important for you to have this information. And the truth is, we've been working with mudras, right? Mudras for quite a while. Mudras are such accessible, simple tools for us to use. You can find them online. There's no point, yes, I will do mudra workshops later on that are deeper explorations of mudras. But to be able to come on here 3 times a week and teach you guys a mudra just makes my little heart explode. Anyway, so within that CAYA Sangha is where the deep practice work happens. Outside of the CAYA temple, the Sangha, is our CAYA courtyard. Around that temple, around that courtyard, is the public space where we bring mindfulness. That, how do I want to call it? It's like not the limbo space. I'm a very visual person, so the image for me of the CAYA community is an image. It is a temple, a courtyard around, people studying in deep practice within that temple, and then people curious about that temple outside, wanting to share, wanting to discuss, wanting to debate, wanting to simply join a dance party. One of the coolest things about Discord is the fact that we get to have a 24/7 dance hall in the Discord. We also just created a place we call the CAYA Cocoon, which is a body double room, right? For those of you who struggle to stay on task sometimes, we've got a body double room. So if you want somebody to help you just sit with you while you do homework, if you want to dance while you cook with the community, you're not alone. The outer ring is the gathering space. Yeah. There's a mindfulness and spirituality are not isolated from our day-to-day life. In fact, one of the lifelong practices, right? One of the ever-present practices of spirituality is, how do I integrate this with my reality? How do I integrate this with my life, right? Not how do I compartmentalize it and keep it separate from my life. But when we distill, when we understand, when we pull knowledge from the brain and into the body, into the physical world, into our daily habits, into a place of understanding, we find the depth of experience that is not available to us when we are busy human doings chattering around our world. So the CAYA community is this space where, regardless of where you're at, if you are in full-on ascension mode, or if you are just like hanging out in the bushes, like way back somewhere going, it seems really cool, but I think they're a bunch of crazy people, you are all welcome. There is mindfulness can be in everything we do. Mindfulness is not isolated. The word mindful descent keeps coming up in my head. The idea of karma, the idea of dharma, right? These are very complex. The idea of ahimsa, or nonviolence. These are concepts that are not static, that are not black and white. Well, if I do something, if I steal, then I'm bad, right? It's dynamic. It's unique to each of us. So to discover what yours is, what yours looks like, what yours feels like, how your particular brand of destiny, dharma, karma, purpose, how it fits into your life, you've got to do the exploration. You've got to start looking inward. You don't have to do shit, actually. I am not your guru. I am nobody's guru. You are your own guru. It is up to you if you decide to go down this path. In fact, I would never force someone on a path of personal discovery. Why? Because it's fucking... it's so many things. Because it's not easy, because it's messy, because you have to face. If you're going to keep moving through it, I say, you have to face some of the scariest, hardest things that you will ever face in your life. So I don't condemn anyone for any path that they choose, because every path has its own gifts and its own struggles. And even so, I would say that I commend you who choose a life of suffering, because holy crap, that shit is rough. I don't know what strength and what courage you must have to choose a life of suffering. I will not condemn or judge anyone's path. Now, I am working through my bias. Yes. I am working through preconceived notions about other people's paths. Yes, yes. But I will not condemn or judge. Because for humanity to exist and evolve and do the things that we need to do, we need every part of this body. Not just this body, but this body of humanity. Curiosity, your path is brutal right now. My friend, I feel it. I feel it so intensely. And this is why I scream community, 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 community. Because when you're in the middle of that kind of intensity, that kind of brutality, that kind of chaos, it can be difficult to see anything else outside of it without the reflection of another person. You know those moments when somebody says something a different way and you just go, oh, yeah. God, I was so lost in my own idea of it. I didn't even think that it could be like that too. What gifts we offer to each other. My favorite analogy I will leave you with, my favorite analogy is to think of the body, the human body, all of us, the collective body, there's the word, to think of the collective body as a single body. The reason I recognize my love for humanity as a whole, I recognize the value in that, because I recognize the value in me loving my whole body, right? Every part of me, from my toenail to the tip of my nose, from my ear hairs to my taint. And we can think of it similarly, that all of humanity creates a body. And we need the shoulders to carry the weight of the world and the shoulders to cry on. We need the feet to carry us forward, to keep walking even when we're exhausted. We need the eyes to see the truth. We need the ears to hear one another speak and cry and laugh. We need the armpits to process the toxins, to release. We need the asshole to process the shit that we collectively do not need. In fact, through that processing it, we fertilize the world. Yes, you can keep going with this analogy, and that is why I love it. So next time, each time I run into somebody who is really being the asshole, I just kind of go, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being the asshole, because I don't know how you do it. I don't feel good doing it. It's not my place. It's not my place. So if you're trying to be the asshole and it doesn't work for you and it doesn't feel right, maybe consider that you could be an armpit, or you could be an earlobe, or you could be a hair follicle. Who knows? But I invite you to take that with you this weekend as you interact with people out in the world, and ask yourself, who is that person? Are they lips? Are they the cheeks? Are they the just adorable little chin? You know those people you're just Sorry, now my brain is running off with it. And okay. Take it with you. I love you guys so much. Please remember to go follow me on YouTube. I'm at Move With Change on YouTube. Replays and lives and all of that stuff, and pretty much the majority of my content is now going to be directed towards YouTube. I am going to be putting content on other platforms, but the primary interaction is going to happen on the Discord. If you want a link to the Discord, please go to my Patreon at Move With Change. All of my links are there. All of the membership levels are there. You can join the CAYA community completely for free. There is a Discord, CAYA community, CAYA courtyard space that you can hang out for as long as you'd like. Okay? We've got really cool, fun stuff happening there. I've got free meat suit challenges. We've got the dance hall. We've got a bazaar that we are working to build. So if you're a small business or you offer services of any kind and you would like to share your services with our community, please come in. We want to support each other, right? We want to see each other where we're at and honor where we are. And fucking A, normalize paying your friends for what they do. Stop paying those people. Stop paying the big whoever. Normalize paying your friends for their delicious soaps and teas and massages and whatever the hell it is that they do. Love them for what they do. Support them for what they do. If you would like to support what I do, there is a tip jar over on Patreon. There's also a Cash App link in my bio. The Patreon memberships are monthly memberships that get you varying degrees of access to our temple, to our CAYA Sangha, where the deep, deep work happens. Awesome. Thank you, Robert. Move with Change. I am Move with Change pretty much everywhere. Twitch, I think, is the only spot that I'm something else, and that's my fault for putting the name in wrong. So, yeah, TikTok wants me to verify that I'm still alive. All right. It's Friday. What's going on? Nothing else is going on except for a dance party. If you want to come join us for Friday night dance party on the Discord, make sure you go get that link in my Patreon. And you can later, remember guys, you can later buy a membership. Like you can join the Discord, hang out, and you can go back to Patreon or to Discord and buy a membership that way. You can also go straight through and buy memberships that way too. It'll give you deeper access to the Sangha. The big perk, guys. I mean, yes, there's the group stuff, there's the private stuff, there's all sorts of stuff, but I swear to you, the biggest, most valuable thing in here is the fact that I'm going to be dumping my workshops in here. Every single one that I sell externally will be free to members of a certain level, the Sangha scholars or higher. If you have any questions about any of this, working directly with me, joining the Discord, joining the Sangha, what the hell I'm talking about, CAYA what now, who the hell am I, what am I trying to do, if you want to talk about cultural appropriation, if you want to talk about coaching, if you want to talk spirituality, if you want to talk about your shoe size, whatever you need, feel free to send me a message. I'm here. I love you guys so much, and thank you for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow morning for Bhakti Bites. There's a dance hall party tonight in the Discord while I make dinner. And then there is Bhakti Bites tomorrow morning. It'll be the last time that we do our mudra for the week. So don't miss it.